Hey folks, welcome back to Trailmakers. Today's episode is going to be largely about designing, building, and testing a functional helicopter with a tractor beam attached. The plan being to be able to fly around and pick up blocks and drop them in handy-dandy recovery drones. Now, I'd like to build a heavy lift helicopter capable of picking up even one of those enormous blocks like the helicopter blade from last episode, but we're going to start small, get something that works, and then we'll worry about building an enormous one later. We may not have enough power cores, for example, to build what we really want to build just yet. So I'm going to start out rather by heading into the designer. It is the middle of the night here on our whatever planet it is that we're trapped on, so we don't have the best lighting conditions, but we're going to go ahead and get started anyway. To begin with, let's go ahead and use our new cockpit, an aerodynamic flight seat. Right? Okay. So, I wish I could get into daylight anytime I want, but I can't. So we're just going to have to make do. So here's our aerodynamic flight seat. Now, what do we want to do? We want to build a body with a flat bottom. It needs to be fairly tall because I want to be able to tractor things up inside of the cargo body. And why don't we go ahead and think about that first? So I think we'll put like one piston on here, kind of below the center of mass, and then we'll throw a tractor beam on it. We might need two. Yeah, let's make it two. And we'll make the body fairly tall, just so we can get this all the way down and out. All right, so then we put our tractor beam on the bottom. So we'll be picking things up vertically. Let's see, do we want this more forward or more backwards? We're usually nose heavy in things, so we'll put it on the back. The default controls for the pistons should be fine. Let's go ahead and set their starting position to 0. And we'll lower their speed just a bit. Let's say 0.5. 0.5. We don't want an auto reset. We actually want to reverse this. Yeah, we want to reverse this. So pushing down extends it, and pushing up retracts it, right? That's fine for those. So then we want the body to come down somewhere around here. If these were retracted 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, so we have to have the body below this block here. I think I'll turn this off for now. Forces. Let's turn that off. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna need to have the body at least that low so that this can pull up inside of it, and then we can land safely. Probably we want it a little bit. Well, 1, 2. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so the piston collapses 4 to 1, right? So that'll be 1, that'll be 2, and then 3, 4. So in order to be inside, the bottom has to be at least at 5 blocks from the top. All right. So now which way do we sit in this? Yeah, that's the control, so we're facing that way. I think we're okay with this. So now our next goal is to build out the body and then place the helicopter blades. We want a certain amount of space inside. Let's take a look at our aerodynamic blocks. So what do we have available? We've got rounded blocks, rounded corners, and then these inverted blocks. So let's say we start with, what's that, 2 by 1? Say we start with something like this. Right? That gets us a width. That's probably not enough. Let's pull this out by 1 first. And then if we have that on the other side, and we're coming down underneath, like so. Then we start to get a shape of roughly in the right kind of, roughly in the wheelhouse of what I'm looking for. Right? So there's the start of the body. And then we come down like that. And now we're getting into the low enough part, right? So if we're there, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we put the bottom of the vehicle underneath it, then we're starting to look good. Okay. Let's select all of this. Copy it over to this side. Okay. So it's going to be kind of a tall, boxy shape. But that's okay-ish. Let's bring this back one. Like so. Right? And then we can have... Well, now, can we close this? We can't really... I guess we have to leave the bottom mostly open. We can put platforms for it to rest on, but we can't really retract this in the builder. I don't think it'll let me do something like this. Yeah, it won't go around it. So we need to leave at least enough space. Huh. Alright, let's do it like this, just to start. Let's bring this over. There we go. And then we'll bring these two back. All the way. Right? Or do we, no, we don't want to do it that way. We want to have something like this. I think. Right? Like that? So that there's a hole in the bottom. Dear Martha, dear Martha. There's a hole in the bottom. A hole in the helicopter. Alright, so we do something like that. And then I guess we need to close it off. One, two, three. Let's pull that out. Copy it over here. Okay, so we've got like a fuselage set up. That's not right, unfortunately. We're gonna have to do it with small blocks here. And then we can have the rotor or the engine sitting there. Now we're going to be moving forward through the air, so the back doesn't need to be particularly aerodynamic. Let's bring the center of mass back. Okay. I think we extend this back a little bit. So we go like that, and then we're gonna have some empty blocks. Let's fill this in. Okay. And then we close off the back. So we need an aerodynamic corner here. Like that? No, not quite like that. I guess that's about as close as we're gonna get. It's not perfect, but... How would we do that? If we wanted that to be, like, perfect. I guess we can't. Whatever. This is just our first build, right? So we'll just do our best for now. That looks good. And then... Oh, these are rounded 1x2s, yeah. So that's why they don't quite match up with the other ones. It's a different... It's a little bit of a different curve. So we have a 1x2 and a 2x1x2. That's why they're different. I wonder, so on the front, we probably want these ones, actually. Let's try that. Let's see. Maybe we want these all the way along. Yeah, we probably do. So that would mean lowering the height a little bit, or extending the height rather. So like if we grab, I gotta select these all one at a time, right? If we grab this, and move it down one, and then we pop this here, like that, then it lines up. Yeah, then it lines up. Okay. So at that point, we delete these bottom ones. Is there a way, can I, if I go like this, does it select all along there? Yeah, nice. Okay, grab those. We grab these, move them that way. Oh, actually, we just delete those. Yeah, hold on. We'll rebuild that. So let's do this. And then we'll move all these down one. I think we can do that like this. That's a better selection mechanism. Yeah, okay. Then we'll grab the rest of these, get rid of them. We'll grab this, copy it over, grab them both, come back to the front. Okay. All right. I don't know how that happened. It did, though. And then we can grab this and bring it over as well. Right? And that looks good. Okay, so we're starting to get the front of a nice little cone here. I think now hold on a second, because we got to do the front, and the front needs to be aerodynamic, so we need more of this. So I think the goal is, let's at least grab these, bring the forward one. Now we got to figure out how to do the rest of the cone here, or the rest of the front. I think that what I want to do, actually, hold on, that might not be right. If I grab you and rotate you this way, right, then there's a curve there. Okay. Let's get this built. Okay, we're starting to get that built, and then we're going to come down with this as well. And then we need, I think we need this on the bottom. Inverted. Yeah, like that. But down one? Yeah, down one. Okay, so we're getting towards a nice aerodynamic front. Now, we throw a couple blocks in here for anchors. Like that. And we get more aerodynamics on the front. So we go like that. Is this gonna work? That kind of sort of works. Now the problem is we do have, it looks like a hole in there. So we can fix that by grabbing these two and bringing them down, right? Okay, so now we've got a fairly aerodynamic shape, I hope. Let's actually turn on aerodynamics here. Yeah, see, the greens are good. So the airflow is gonna go easily slip past, right? It's very boxy, but there's not much I can do about that. I do think we move this whole assembly back further. The lifter. So let's take all of these blocks. It's getting a little hard to... no, we can't take the cockpit, but we can take this... and this, and move it all backwards. Right to about there. That looks good. Let's copy those to fill this in. All right, let's turn forces off. We'll come back to forces in a minute. That's full. Okay, so now we need... All right, so we've got a big empty space underneath to lift things into, but we do need some kind of floor for it to rest on. And it looks like actually we're going to need to adjust this as well because I want the rounded corners for the bottom. So I want you... I guess I can just have it be a big lozenge, right? It's okay if it's rounded on the back. It doesn't need to be as much, but it's okay if it is. Okay, that looks good. Let's copy that over here. Oh, I've got a problem because I didn't... Yeah, I gotta delete these. Wonder if I could... No, I gotta select them by hand here. Now this, if I line the camera up correctly, I can select as a group. That looks good. Okay. Then we fill in the space. One more. Copy that over here. Okay, that's filled in. That looks good. Okay, we're starting to get the shape of an actual... Like, it's going to be a weird-looking helicopter, more of a submarine almost. And in fact, maybe we reuse this entire body for the submarine. But hey, you know, we're just doing our best. We're doing what we can. All right, so let's fill in the back door. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do that with the big blocks. I need these at the back. Like that. Okay, there's our basic fuselage set. I do think we'll add a little bit more feet on this, on either side here. A little bit more of a resting platform. Like that. Maybe even one more. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's move this one over there. Okay, so we've got plenty of like flat bottom to sit on, to rest on, right? So we're not going to put wheels on this. It's going to be a flying machine. Let's save this much. So this is our first helicopter attempt. So I guess we're just going to call this Copter Mark 1. And let's just go ahead and hop in here. And it lands safely on the ground. It's stable. It's not rolling anywhere. It can't do anything or go anywhere, but the internal pistons retracted and it's able to sit on the ground without exploding because the tractor beam hits the ground. All right. And now we've got some nice sunlight. That's nice. Let's hop back in and get started on the actual flying contraption here. So we've got 13. Now, why does it have... Oh, right. The tractor beam uses one engine. All right. We've got 13 power cores to work with. We're already at 170 kilograms. And it's as hollow and empty as I can make it. So I don't know how much lift force we get from the helicopter blade. But I guess we're going to find out. I think actually we do want to move this down by 1 and then slide a couple of these in here. Like so. Nope. Where is the... There we go. Now we're not off center. Okay, it's a weird look, but maybe this works. Who knows? All right. Let's get up here. The other thing we want is we want the center of mass to be as low as we can get it because we want it to be more stable when we're in the air, right? We don't want it like flying around and flipping out like the hovercraft abomination was. So our center of mass is not that low, but it is low-ish. Let's use... You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to use some of those tubes we got. Yeah, we got all these tubes last time. Tube 1 by 1. Cylinder 1 by 1 by 2. An aerodynamic block. Tube slope. What's the difference between tube 1.1? Something like that, and then this. Oh, that's much thicker. Okay, we don't want the thick one. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these, and we'll set the engine a little bit off, a little bit higher up, right? A little bit off. Where's our center of mass? It's there. So we probably want this as close as we can get it. Let's move these forward. Like that. And then plop the... Okay, now we go into the propulsion, and we plop the stackable helicopter engine on here. Like so. Right? And then it looks like we've got four pairs of inputs. 8 inputs, but 4 pair. All right, let's go into lift and drag and get our helicopter blade that we paid for in sweat and blood. Let's get that attached there. Assuming it rotates clockwise. Oh, we've got aerodynamic, we've got forces here that it's showing us. Center of vertical drag. Shows the average center of vertical drag. Hint, airplanes with center of drag far behind center of mass are more stable in flight. The vertical drag is close to your center of mass. This makes your vehicle slightly unstable in the air. Try adding elevator fins to the rear of your vehicle and move your center of mass forward. But we're not making an aircraft. We're making a helicopter. And then we've got center of horizontal drag. Again, because we're making a helicopter first and not an airplane, these hints might not be as valuable as they might otherwise be. All right, let's copy this. Let's get all 4 rotors set up. Are they all... I can't quite tell if they're all in the right direction. Yes, they all have this little divot here pointing forward. So this one's actually wrong. Oh no, are they identical? So that's the lower part. I can't quite tell if this is right or not. Is there some way, are these any different depending on which direction they're facing? I guess it doesn't matter because I can't turn it anyway. Right? I guess it's fine. I guess they work... Because I could turn it upside down, but I can't turn it any other way. Okay, so there's our 4 helicopter blades. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work, but let's see exactly how it doesn't work first, and then we'll keep playing with it. Let me save this. All right, let's see. Okay, so right off the bat, we can see that we have a problem where the rotation of the engine is rotating the bottom, or the fuselage. So why don't we try and fix that by putting a second engine in reverse underneath it? Let's copy this up, but let's flip it upside down like that, and then move these up, I guess. And we can see how that behaves, maybe? Okay, all right. Well, we sort of fixed the one problem. Let me see how this behaves again. So the other helicopter engine is rotating in the opposite direction. Okay, so we are very nose heavy. We're not lifting the front at the same speed we're lifting the back. So how do we fix that? I guess we need to move the copter blades forward. So we need the blades more like that, I think. Now, how are we going to make that happen? I think we had a tube bend, did we not? We had a bend tube. Yeah, the tube elbow. All right. Now the question is, can we attach some sort of platform to these? Yeah, it looks like it. Let's get an aerodynamic something in here. Rounded 1x2. Okay. That's fairly aerodynamic. It does allow us to move the center of mass forward. So we can see, actually, this, the lift is behind the center of mass right now. Even as we've moved it, it's still not far enough forward. The other thing we could do is shorten the cab to reduce the mass, or lengthen the back end. Or we could put some weights back here, maybe. Well, we've moved it once. Let's see how this behaves. Okay, now we're drifting to the left. Okay. I guess we're too heavy? Oh boy. Well. Let's get back to the sunlight here. So, how do we fix that problem? Let's go ahead and throw this on in place of that. Okay, so we've sort of got something that at least has some lift, but we're way too heavy. I guess we would need... How many have we used? We've only used 2 engines. I guess we would need more... We'd need a dual lift system. Right? We'd need 2 sets of chopper blades. I wonder if we can make that somehow. Like, what if we... Oh, I forgot to save my changes. All right, what if we grab all of this? And move it forward like that. And then copy it backwards like this. Oh, we can't quite do that. So the blades won't interlock, it seems. Yikes. So we've got too much weight. And we're not properly positioned. So these blocks here we can sort of get rid of, I guess. Yeah, we need to reduce the weight of this vehicle and then move its center of mass back to be consonant with that. So let's get rid of these for now. They may look cool, but they're adding a bunch of weight we don't need. What else can we get rid of? We can make it a little bit less tall, maybe? You know what we can do? Okay, we can make it less tall if we move this. Okay. And then we can go all the way around. And remove one layer, one block of height. Right, like that. Then we move those up. We move those up. We move all of that up. Come around the front, grab this stuff. Okay, so now we should be much lighter. We still need to adjust, because we lost our change there. We need to adjust the center of mass. It's almost right now, actually. Is there anything else we can delete, get rid of? What is that? That's that. Okay, that's those blocks. We need it to be basically right above. So I don't think we want to move it that much forward anymore. Let's save this much and see how it behaves. Okay, hold on. I lost another part of this. Yeah, I lost another part of this. Okay. Okay. Now we're still... It still has the problem of not being super able to control it in midair, but it's functional now. It's viable. It feels that way to me. Now I wonder if there's a way to help myself adjust it. You know what I bet would be amazing? If I got some of those sensors. Because maybe I could build some sort of auto stabilization for it. Let's take it for a test flight. I don't quite know what to do to improve it now, but let's take this for a test flight. Yeah, it's spinny. I'm definitely having trouble stabilizing it, and it's pretty heavy. All right, hold on. We can add some additional thrust with the thrusters. I wonder if there's a way. Huh. Let's give it a little bit of additional thrust here. Let's try that and see what that does for us. So we'll put a couple... Now, we can mess around with using the weight of the thrusters to adjust the center of mass backwards, too. But let's put a couple thrusters on here. Oh, that's a propeller. That's not a thruster. I want this thing. So, like, if we do like that, right? That moves the center of mass back too far. That's almost perfect. Like, what does that do for us if I just try this? I'm worried it's not gonna... I'm worried that the direction, the vector of the force is too much. But maybe those should be... Yeah, those are on the same plane. So that gives us a little bit of extra thrust when we engage the rotors. It's actually much harder to control. I need a way to keep it stable when it's flying. Also, we need to be able to... We need flat ground to... What is going on here? We need a flat ground to launch from. I mean, the thrusters definitely help getting it up, but yeah, I can't control it. I can't keep it stable. What would I do to keep it stable? So we've got center of lift. Airplanes with the center of lift close to the center of mass are more stable in flight. But I don't know how that applies to... How that applies to helicopters. Do you think if I made this much taller, if it would help? Maybe it would. Okay, we can try something a little funky here. Let's take that entire assembly and duplicate it. So we're gonna have 4 rotating engines, 2 sets of blades. And then we'll take the whole thing, move it way up, and then connect it by... Let me turn these off. Forces. Connected by this, so that our center of lift's much, much higher. So that the weight of the body... The weight of the body acts like a pendulum, keeps it low to the ground, maybe? I'm just experimenting. I don't know what's gonna work and what's not. So we'll try this. Okay. It's still super like turny. And it's dark, so I can't really see what I'm doing. All right, so, I mean, we've got something that at least kind of sort of works. The problem is figuring out how to keep it stable. The double blades are good, I think. I wonder, can I adjust them so that... let's see. So if I put... Hang on. Let me grab this. Right? Plus the 4 wings. I want the lower set, essentially. Now, if we grab all of that and move it... I can't move it. So we have one set of wings here. Kind of low, right? Ah, man, the darkness is so annoying. Like, can you guys, like, can the game developers put like a flood lamp in when you're designing in the dark or something? All right, let's get this over here. Right, so that's connected. Now, what is it complaining about? Oh, I missed this thing. Okay. Okay, so there's one set of propellers in front. And then we use the pipes to get another set past this. So, like, let's grab these and move them over here. Right? What, did it move them? I was trying to copy them, but I must have forgotten. Okay. And then we pull this over here. Now, how high is this? We can actually take out, I think, 3 of these. And still have control, or still have the ability to put these together. I don't know how this is going to fly, but... Okay, that'll actually work. So now, what does that do for our center of mass and the forces? Looks like center of lift is a little bit forward of the center of mass, so maybe that stops us from nosing down. I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Let's see how this goes. Once it goes nose down, it's like impossible to get it back. Once it turns, I have no way to... It's really annoying. Like, it won't... I can't control it. I mean, I don't have any control surfaces. I just have the weight of my little dude. Can I get at least somewhere where there's moonlight so I can see what I'm doing? Like the... Okay, developers, if you're watching this, forcing me to build in complete darkness is really infuriating. Like, at least give me lights I can set up. I wonder... Now, hold on a second. I do have an idea here. All right, so if I put a thruster on, can I configure the thruster can I configure this? So when I push back on the left stick, I want this to fire. Oh, maybe. Okay. Hold on. Do I have enough for this? Yeah, I do. I can't center it, unfortunately. But it might help us a little bit. Let me get another thruster over here on the back. And when I press up, I want this one to go. Right? So we'll get some help here with controlling how this thing behaves. And then we'll get 2 thrusters over here. Can I afford 2 more? Yeah, I can afford 4 more. Okay. Yeah, when we click on these, so if I push left, I want these to fire. Yeah, okay. And then we copy them over here. Are those to the back? Those are to the back. Okay. And then if I press the stick to the right, I want those to fire. So the idea, these are supposed to help me stabilize. This one didn't take, so I need to... If I push back... And then this one if I push up. Now, did they keep their... No, it doesn't look like it. Let me see if this does anything for me. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay, so stick down, stick right, stick up, stick left. Okay, this might help me out here. Yeah, kind of. Now, if I could get sensors to auto detect when I'm like out of alignment and have them automatically fire for me, that would be amazing. So I wouldn't have to use the stick really to control it. I could use the stick to override. Hold on. We're stalled. Ugh. It's still hard to control, but it's a little bit better. It's not perfect. Okay. We're getting some height now. It's not easy to control by any stretch. It doesn't help that the camera has a tendency to distort my view of what's actually happening. Let's see if we can take it up to the island with the sensors. Come on. Just keeping it straight long enough to ascend is a challenge. I might need more thrusters or more powerful ones. I can't... come on. Just keeping it steady is such a challenge. Like, I can't keep it... Come on. I like the idea of the thrusters, but I don't think they're powerful enough. Yeah, they're not strong enough to counteract the forces. I just can't keep it steady long enough to get any height. I can't keep the rotors pointed upwards. Come on. We gotta get a lot of height. It wants to roll so bad. Stupid camera. Like we've almost got a functional helicopter. And this has the tractor beam, but it's just so rolly. I can't keep it stable. The jets help a little bit. The camera does not. I don't understand why it's so Shouldn't the rotors be pulling it upwards? I can't get high enough. I can't get enough height. Come on. Why is it so unstable? Why doesn't the helicopter blades pull it up? Why does it want to roll over? Like the mass is so far below the blades. Like honestly, our little garbage hover thing was easier to control than this. You would think... I mean, I guess it's got a ton of momentum because it's heavier than that was. You would think, though, that the fact that the lift is so high above the center that it would, you know, pull it up and not swing so much. I can't control it at all. Well, let's go back to the ground. I think I'm gonna have to... God damn it, it's so dark! Come on! Why does it have to be dark through my entire playthrough? Can I please have some light? Ugh. Well, if you can't tell, I'm pretty frustrated by the, like, eternal darkness. We get, like, 5 minutes of sunlight and then 50 minutes of darkness in every episode. It's infuriating. And, yeah, this... Like, I really wanted this to work, but it just doesn't seem like it does. I mean, the thing we had before... where is it? Yeah, the Wonka. The Wonka's just all around better. It's functional. Like, at least this thing, I can kind of control it. Like, it's way more stable. All right, maybe I'm wrong about the center of mass. Oops. I mean, for one thing, this thing's just a lot lighter. So the thrust gets us up faster. I guess what I can do is I can climb with the elevator and then try to grab something up top with the helicopter and then fly it back down. But man, that's really disappointing that it's that unstable. I don't know. Maybe I should try what it said and lower the blades closer. Maybe having them that high isn't helping me. The idea about the thrusters seem really good too, but they're not strong enough. And I don't have quick enough reactions to input. Yeah, see, this will get us up there. The helicopter, I just couldn't climb high enough, but this will get us up there. Maybe I can keep working on the helicopter in another episode and figure out some way to stabilize it. I guess I could look at, yeah, I probably want to. Oh, nope. Oh, okay. Well, we almost made it. We almost made it. All right, well, that seems like a pretty good place to call it. So that's going to be this time's episode, folks. When we come back, I don't know. I think in all fairness to myself, like, I'm trying to play the game without cheating. Like, I don't want to know where blocks are. I don't want to use other people's designs. But for something like this, where you have to understand how the forces will interact within the physics system of the game, I think I'm gonna have to go watch a couple YouTube videos about designing helicopters in Trailmakers, just to give myself a little bit of a fighting chance, because there's too much going on, and it's just not. I just couldn't get it to work by myself, so we're gonna have to get some outside help here, figuring out how to make that work. I came close, right? I feel like I came close. We got something that almost works. But yeah, this is neither horseshoes nor thermonuclear warfare, so unfortunately close isn't going to be good enough. All right, that's going to be it for this time. When we come back next time, we'll keep working on the helicopter, see if we can't incorporate some other people's advice and get it really solidly working, and then we'll try to use it to collect some of this stuff up here. I think those sensors might really help. If I can have the thrusters auto fire for me to stabilize, that might help out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this build video, this attempt to build a functional helicopter, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.